All right. So, welcome to sixth grade language arts. I'm really excited to start the year off with you guys. We are going to start with our first writing assignment as a class. And so, this writing assignment is meant to get to know one another a little bit deeper on a deeper level because we are going to be building relationships throughout this year. And in order to be effective in that, we need to get to know each other. And so this assignment is your first writing assignment, and I'm not going to be really necessarily grading every single thing you do. This is really a chance for me to get to know you as a writer and to get to know you as a person. I just want to see where you're coming in to school with, the things that you might have learned in elementary school. It gives me a chance to take a little peek into what you know and most importantly, who you are as a person. And I think that the more relationships we build together as a class, the stronger that we will be. So this first assignment is in my house. And so the way that I structure writing is that we are going to, first of all, we're going to create lists. So the first way that we always begin any writing assignment, a strategy that you can use for idea development is make a list of everything you know. Sometimes when we begin writing assignments, and I know I have this issue all the time, is we don't really know what to write about. A teacher will say, here, this is your assignment, now write. But how do we do that? Well, we need to brainstorm ideas. And so this first task that I'm asking you to do is to make a list of everything you know related to the topic. So let's look at our directions. In an effort to learn more about one another, you are going to write about you, your culture, your family, your traditions, what makes you special and unique. We want to celebrate our differences and learn about one another. Create a list of at least 5 things that represent you. You can go over 5 things, boys and girls. You can make a list of 10 things. I think the more you make a list, the more your list includes, the easier it'll be to choose your favorite topic to write about. So in your house, what represents you in your house? One thing I want to highlight here is culture. And so the definition of culture is so you think of culture, you think of where your family comes from. Okay, so something that represents my culture for me as a teacher is that my family is from Italy. And so along with that, we love to eat. We share family recipes. We are a very loud family with a lot of laughter and talking. We're very close to one another. Another feature of Italy, the thing is, boys and girls, some of you might not really know, like let's say I know I'm from Italy, but maybe you want to do a little bit more research on where you come from. I think that would be really interesting. So some of you might be from Mexico. Well, what does it mean to be from the country of Mexico? What is your flag? What are traditions? What are your food? So for Italy, I know that spaghetti is a traditional food that we make. Pizza is also traditional food. Maybe I want to include a picture of the Italian flag. So again, you might want to do some research. If you don't really know much about where your family is from, ask your grandparents, ask your parents, look it up online. I'd love to see a little bit more effort put into sharing where you come from, what your culture is all about. And part of culture is family and traditions. So what's your family like how I just shared right here? Traditions are things that you do every year. So an example of a tradition could be, so for me, a tradition, whoops. So for me, a tradition would be that we go camping with my family every summer at the beach. Okay. So that is a tradition that we have. I know another tradition that we share is we as a family celebrate Christmas. And I know that some of you might celebrate Hanukkah or different uh, religious holidays. So for my family, we celebrate Christmas. And so we always get a Christmas tree every year. We decorate as a family. We share presents on Christmas morning. So these are all examples of traditions, things that you do every year with your family. And again, this shows us a little bit more about you as a person, what's important to you. Okay, so that's really what this is all about. So let me go ahead and delete some of these. All right. So as you see right here, boys and girls, this is called a digital interactive notebook. And I will be assigning these pages for you to complete with assignments that I have for you through the year. And I will be making videos to kind of show you how to fill this out and how, it'll be a little different. It's not going to always be like a notebook paper. I'll have little graphic organizers on here for you. And so this I will be posting on Google Classroom for you to turn in as an assignment. And it's also automatically saved into your drive as well. So let's see. So did we make a list of 5 things that represent me? So I have that I love to eat. My family's from Italy. We share family recipes. I can even go into how I make spaghetti, how I make pizza. Maybe I can go into detail about where I received recipes. Maybe I can give, if I want to do a little bit more research, I think I'm going to do a little bit more research about my family heritage. And by the way, boys and girls, we are going to be doing a culture project right after this writing assignment. It's going to blend right into the next assignment here. And so the culture project, you will be completing research on where you are from, what your heritage is, what you identify with. And so this is getting you a little warm, kind of thinking about that. So if you do some research now, you're kind of ahead on the next project we're going to do as a class here. I'm trying to find highlight. Maybe I'll just do a text color here. I don't know how to highlight. Okay. So we'll just do blue. All right. So I want to do some more research there and include a picture of the Italian flag. So I already have about 5 items here. Traditions. I'm going to make a little here. So notice how I do when I want to type in this document, I do text box, and you can move it around wherever you want. And you can type however long you want, move it within the lines. It means I'm a visual person, so sometimes I kind of move it in different areas. You can put pictures on here if you want, if it helps, you visualize what you're trying to accomplish. So camping with family every summer on the beach. Let's see, I'm going to do bullet points here. So notice how I'm structuring my page here. Bullet point. Sharing presents on Christmas morning. All right, so spaghetti and pizza. All right. So the more, again, like I said, the more ideas you list down here, the easier of a time you'll have here with choosing. So then after you make your list, this is your first assignment, so don't worry about the next step. I'll have a separate video for that. After you make your list, I want you to select. Let's see, text box. I want you to select 5 of your favorite topics. Okay. So the way that you can select them is that you can highlight if you want. You can highlight. Oh, by the way, boys and girls, I'm doing this is going to look a little different for you. It's not going to directly show you a text box. You're going to be doing this on Google Drive. So it's going to look like this for you. Oops, hold on. Where is it? Oops. You are going to, it's going to look like this for you. It'll be on here, but your selection up here, text box, this is where you'll see text box, and then you'll just do your text box and type in a similar way. But I'll have a separate video on that for you. But it's going to essentially, it's going to look like this. You're just going to have a different tool set up here to type into. It'll look a little different, but it's the same point. You're going to have to do a text box. So you want to select 5 of your favorite topics from your list. So the way you do that is you can place a star by the item. You can highlight however you want to do it. So once you're done making your list of at least 5 things that represent you and your family, you're going to place a star by the top 5. Because the next step is something called a brain dump. You're going to take each of those items and we're going to dump all of our ideas. We're going to write lists. We're going to write paragraph. If you want to write a paragraph, everything that we can think of about that topic, whether you want to retell a story about when, for example, for me, I could write a story about how I gathered my grandmother's recipe to make the best pizza dough, and I can talk about what you need to do to make the best pizza dough. So again, you're not going to write on every single thing all in one. You're going to choose just one idea to write about. Okay, so this is your first task. Make a list of at least 5 items. Please feel free to rewatch this video over and over and over again as long as you need to. If you have any questions, please email me off to the side. All right, looking forward to seeing your lists.